Hi, Haley. I honestly agree with you on how it's important for us to celebrate and foster diversity in our classrooms. As and I honestly do agree that we should talk to children about those things at a young age and be comfortable with it because I know that in some cases children may feel a little bit uncomfortable talking about what foods they eat growing up or what differences of food and holidays and celebrations they have. But I feel like by creating a classroom where your culture is welcome, the way that your just diversity is welcome. I feel like it's important, and having books and honestly having books and activities that promotes that equality is good, and also by having yeah, like by having like posters, books, like materials, and even photos of families and their cultures they celebrate, their favorite foods that they eat, and all those things. I feel like it's very important, but it's also important for us, like you said in your discussion post, not to put the children in a pedestal because I'll make them feel a little bit intimidated about talking about their culture. Like it's natural for a child to be intimidated when they're put on the pedestal for anything, but especially when he talks about something they're personal about and they don't know how to explain it. It can be more difficult for them. But but yeah, no, it's very fascinating how they are able to. It's very fascinating on how we as the teachers are able to facilitate that environment in our own classrooms, and it's very special. It's special, and it's very important right now, especially because a lot of children are very different. They have different cultures and backgrounds, but at the same time, they have very similarities, whether it's through similar holidays they celebrate close to, through the foods they eat, and understanding their differences, and sometimes foods they can't eat. Like, an example is on, I don't know, I'm trying to think of mm, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example of respecting, like, their culture. There you go. I cannot think of one. I know there's one top of my head. Oh, example. Some cultures that celebrate Catholicism. I remembered recently a friend was telling me that she was not able to eat meat on Fridays, instead to eat fish or plant based. Having that knowledge in a classroom like setting is important for us because we were able to be able to understand their culture more and how it works and what foods they eat on that certain day and so on. That is very important to us for us educators to understand. And yeah, no, but I do agree with you that you should like do that petting books and creating opportunities to ask for the children to ask about each culture and their natural curiosity for it. It's a very fascinating and important thing, and understanding these cultures, diversities between them, and the belief systems they have is very important in our education and in our field of work. Because each child is different, and we need to acknowledge their differences and their similarities, so we're able to grow closer.